Welcome to this edition of the Forum. I'm your host, Sheila Evans. We have a great show in store for you today with an outstanding lineup of guests. We get our show started today by talking with Denise Angevine, New Hanover County Schools Enrollment Specialist. She will give us all the details on the enrollment options for the 2015-16 school year. Dr. Dennis Cabasco joins us to talk about Regional Science Olympiad Tournament, which will be held at Trask Coliseum this year. He is the co-director of the event and will tell us everything we need to know. And finally, Johnny Braun, Artistic Director for Best Foot Forward 2015, stops by. The magical night of music and arts is coming up, and he has all the details. We've got a great edition of the Forum for you today, and we'll get started right after this short break.
Abandoned and lost. From the dark, cold streets of the city to a cage in the local shelter, to heaven, your lap.
Listen up, energy hogs. Get in there and waste some energy.
There's no insulation, boss. It's hog heaven.
Time to tan.
Keep wasting. They'll never know what hit them.
What the?
Boss, they're home, and they've got energy-efficient bulbs. Ah!
You've got the power to get rid of energy hogs. You can add insulation and lots of other things. Get the tips you need at energyhog.org and play fun games, too. Get the energy hogs out of your home.
Hey, wait for me!
You must be your fairy godmother?
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats. Always choose one that's the right fit for your child's age and size.
Oh, that does make a difference.
Remember, their happily ever afters are in your hands. To find out more, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
My guest is Denise Angevine. She's the enrollment specialist for New Hanover County Schools Student Support Services. And today we're here to talk about kindergarten registration.
We are. Kindergarten registration will kick off on March the 2nd and run through March the 13th. We're very excited about it. We try to get as many students registered during that 2-week time frame as we can to get them prepared for August.
What do they need to do to get prepared for August?
They will go to the school to register, and everyone is assigned a school based on the parent's permanent domicile. So parents can go to our website, pull up the district line map under the tab that is called Schools, find your child's school, and look up their address to find out which school to go to register. The school will, we'll get into this in a little bit, but the school will do a registration, and then they'll set up some testing for students to find out what they know or how they're prepared for when school begins in August.
Okay. How about the age cutoff?
Students must be 5 by August the 31st, 2015 to attend kindergarten in New Hanover County and the state of North Carolina.
Okay. And I'm sure that they need to bring some documents. Fill us in on that.
They do. The documents that we would like to have during registration are the certified birth certificate, immunization record, proof of residence, and a photo ID. Now, for proof of residence, we will take a property tax statement, a deed, current lease agreement, current homeowner's insurance, or current renter's agreement.
Okay.
Current renter's insurance policy, I'm sorry.
Okay, okay. And tell us what the certified birth certificate looks like. I know there's a difference.
There is. It is not the mother's copy that comes from the hospital. That's the white that says at the bottom mother's copy. It is certified from the Register of Deeds office.
It has like a
raised seal. It has a stamp. Yes,
Yeah.
it does. It has a seal on it.
Okay. What if the parent is missing any of the required documents?
Well, we would like for the parent to go ahead and go to the school to register anyway and start a record for your child. The school will keep track of what documents are missing, and as the parent gets them, they can take them to the school and the school will check them off.
Okay. How long does this process take, and do you need to bring the child along?
It's about a 20-minute paper session only, so the child would be very bored, but it would be a good opportunity for them to at least get to look at the office and
walk through the door.
Walk
Yep.
through the door, that's exactly right, and see what goes on in a busy school office every day. So children don't need to attend, but if they're with the parent, that's fine.
Okay, and when they walk in, is staff available to take you right away? Do you need to make an appointment? What does that look like?
You should be able to walk in and register your child for kindergarten at every school, but I always advise parents to call. Call first just to be sure there's not testing going on in the building that day, or anything that could possibly be going on.
Right, that makes sense. Do they need a physical for kindergarten?
They do. The state of North Carolina requires a physical for kindergarten. The school will give the parent the form, we call it the blue form, the blue physical form during registration, and the parent will take that to the physician to get it filled out.
Okay. And talk about the magnet and the year-round schools and open choice. What's the
Sure.
difference there?
We have a lot of options for parents. We've got 2 year-round schools. They are split by transportation zone. New Hanover County is basically split in the middle, Eaton in the north, Coddington in the south. We have 3 magnet schools, Rachel Freeman School of Engineering, Gregory School of Science, Math, and Technology, and Snipes Academy of Arts and Design. The year-round schools do the same standard course of study as traditional, just on a 9-week on, 3-week off calendar. The magnet schools they do the standard course of study, but they've got a focus, and they pull students from all over the county. Open choice will allow a parent to attend any school that they can transport their student to, provided there is space available.
Okay, so they need to deal with the transportation piece.
For open choice. We will provide transportation to year-round and magnet, but not open choice.
Now, do Coddington and Eaton still have lotteries and such?
They do. We do a random lottery for year-round and magnet.
Okay.
And parents that would like to participate in the initial lottery for year-round and magnet need to go to their district school to register, and then can make an application for those schools.
So that deadline happens after?
Right. For initial lottery, we want them to register and apply between March the 2nd and March the 13th as well.
Okay, and then the lottery would happen after that?
After that,
So
yes,
go to your
ma'am.
home school,
Yes.
then apply to get into the lottery.
That's correct.
Is there always an overwhelming number of people that want to get into those 2 schools?
Yes, it is very,
so folks
very.
do
it
get
is.
turned away?
They do. They do. It's about 60% that get turned away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we have very many parents apply for year-round schools. So.
Do siblings get an automatic?
They do. There
Okay.
is sibling privilege. So if you've got a
Nice.
student
Wow.
that is still attending year-round and you've got a kindergarten sibling, it's an automatic acceptance.
Okay, very good. What else do you think folks need to know?
Let's see.
Or what are some of the complications that come up from time to time?
I would think that the certified birth certificate may be the hardest one for a lot of parents. They may not have gotten a copy. I didn't get a copy until my child went to the DMV to get her driver's license. I didn't know. So parents would need to contact the Register of Deeds in the county that your child was born and procure that birth certificate. I am not for sure about this cost, but it used to be around $10 to get that birth certificate.
And if you order them when you first have the chance to, I think it's less than that.
Okay, yeah, that's true. And then proof of residence, if you have any problems with that, please call us. We will work with you to help you with that.
Okay, because
So,
everybody should have a
everybody
lease
should
or-
have
What if you're
something.
living with grandma or something? What if mom literally lives in grandma's house?
Exactly. Well, then we need grandma to go to school with you, bring her proof of residence,
Okay.
and we'll have you do a residency affidavit at the school.
Okay.
That's simple.
Okay, that's not too bad, but
Not at all.
that does come up. And the immunizations, even if they don't have them all right now.
That's
you finished
correct.
my sentence for me.
We do. Even if they don't have all the immunizations, we would like for you to bring the record of what you have, and then you'll have everything in place before school begins, and we'll get a copy of that at that time.
Okay, and they can be directed to go to the health department if they need to.
That is true. The health department phone number is actually on a document they will get
Oh, good.
from the school during registration.
Excellent.
Yes, ma'am. And they do the physicals as well, so you can contact them for the kindergarten physicals.
Very good. Okay, real quickly, remind us of those dates.
March the 2nd through March the 13th.
Excellent. Thanks.
Any questions? Our numbers are scrolling on the bottom.
Well, there you go. Thanks, Denise, for coming in and
Thank you,
getting
Sheila.
us ready for kindergarten registration. I'll be back in a few minutes, right after these messages.
Where's yours?
Have you heard of the Teen Court program? Teen Court is an alternative system of justice where first-time teen offenders are tried by their peers for misdemeanor offenses. Student volunteers from local high schools assume the roles of the court staff, empowering them to take responsibility for problems of crime and violence in their schools and community. If you know someone who may benefit from Teen Court or would like to become involved, contact the Community Mediation Center on the web or by calling 362-8000.
All right, guys, we gotta be smarter about what we bite on, okay? I want everyone to go outside. We're gonna run Red Rover on 3.
What about you, Tony?
I'm gonna run around in circles, flap my arms, and make engine noises like this.
When it comes to playing, we kids are the pros.
We're eating right, too.
We fuel up.
To play 60!
If your school doesn't have a program, be a leader. Start one.
Click today and join the movement.
I am joined by Dr. Dennis Kubasco, one of the co-directors of Wilmington Regional Science Olympiad, and co-director for lots of years, huh?
Correct. I think I'm probably at about year 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Almost a decade. Well, fill us in on what's going on this year.
Sure. Saturday, March 7th, we are going to be hosting Science Olympiad at UNC Wilmington again. In partnership with the Watson College of Education, the Center for Education in Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, which I am the director of, as well as a variety of different faculty, staff, and students from across campus, including our College of Arts and Sciences.
Very good. And where exactly is it held?
On campus, it's interspersed through a variety of different academic buildings. And this year is a very, very exciting year because we have officially outgrown Hanover Gym, which is one of the smaller gyms on campus. And this year, our competitive engineering events and the award ceremony is going to move to Trask Coliseum.
Oh, wow.
So it's exciting times for Olympiad. We'll attract, upwards of 1,000 students to campus, about 150 volunteers, which includes volunteers from Corning and General Electric and Progress Duke Energy and a variety of different retirees, as well as, of course, our trusty UNCW volunteers.
Gotcha. So you talked about like 1,000 students. What schools are they coming from?
Good question. They have 5. Our region represents 5 counties, and it includes Bladen, Columbus, Brunswick, New Hanover, and Pender counties.
Okay.
And so Olympiad at this level represents events hosted for middle school students and high school students. All the kids have either an interest or an affinity for pursuing knowledge and experiences in STEM.
Because a lot of time goes into this beforehand, correct?
Lots and lots of time. We really start planning in the fall, but everything doesn't really start to ratchet up until we get into the spring semester. So January, February, and of course the beginning of March, we're really planning to receive all of those folks on campus.
Gotcha. Tell us about some of the more popular events.
We always have our forensics-based events, which the kids always love. We have our bottle rocket, and this year we actually have a twist to our bottle rocket event where we're gonna use some eggs, and those eggs have to not only deploy but return safely back to Earth. And that event will be on Hoggard's front lawn, and of course when I say Hoggard Hall's front lawn, and of course all of the events in Trask Coliseum this year, all the engineering events from our flying-based events, where they're flying airplanes, to our robot-based events, our bridge breaking events, and a variety of others you'll see there.
Very good.
And one of the new events we have this year is Trajectory. So that's a brand new event.
And what is that?
Trajectory is if you define trajectory, it's more or less launching something and trying to hit a target and making sure that whatever's launched arrives at that target and does so accurately.
Do they choose the target?
That's all going to, the target's going to be chosen by the event leaders.
Okay.
So The students are aware potentially of what the target, they're just not really aware of some of the other dynamics. So they're going to have to adjust their contraption to fit that distance and that length.
And do they have to send the same item, or is it?
Right, they have to send
the
same item.
What are they launching?
That may be a surprise.
Oh, they don't know ahead of time.
Maybe not.
I gotcha. I thought that they were building it, sending it, and hitting
They're giving
the target.
some clues.
So they've got to build the launcher, if you will.
It's all the variables that make these
I love
types
it. Well,
of
that's what life
investigations.
is. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Right.
How do we adjust for this?
Right. And another event is called Duct Tape Challenge. This is the second year, and who doesn't love to play with duct tape?
Right.
But there are 3 duct tape challenges that the students are aware could be integrated. So they've got to prepare for all 3. Our event leaders will decide which one they'll be engaged with on that Saturday.
So that Saturday when they walk in, they've got all their tape, and
That's
it's
right.
like, cha-ching.
They're ready to go, and they're ready to do what's assigned to them, and hopefully they will have prepared prior to the event, so that way it's not a surprise.
Right. Well, that's interesting. I
Absolutely.
didn't know that.
We love it.
Why do you think student participate in Science Olympiad is so important?
I think there's a huge push from the national level, the state level, even regionally about students being engaged with STEM. The idea is to encourage them to look at a STEM career, whether they're thinking about what classes to take when they leave middle school and into high school, or whether they're in high school now and looking at a university program. So I think we're all looking to turn kids on to the excitement of topics like physics and engineering and mathematics and even many of our biological events like oceanography, so which I think we do really well here on the coast. So it's an exciting day, and the more opportunities we can provide experiences for kids that are motivating in STEM, I think the more opportunities those kids will have when they pursue a career at some point, in their young lives.
And then the students that win on the high school level, do they still get scholarship money?
They do. We provide a $500 scholarship for first place juniors and seniors for UNC Wilmington.
Okay.
And then when they win those events, they'll then proceed to the state competition in Raleigh, where they'll compete for scholarships to attend NC State. And if they're very fortunate to win and to proceed to the national level, that's when you really get into big scholarships if you can win at the national level.
Have we had many students get that far?
We have. Every year we always send a team of students. Hoggard in years past has been successful at proceeding to the state to the national level. But the competition is fierce across the state. So we have some great teams out of the Charlotte area, great teams out of the Triad area, as well as the Raleigh area.
Okay, very good. Saturday, March 7th, UNCW will be an exciting place to be.
Absolutely.
Great.
We welcome everybody to come and watch.
Very good. Thank you so much, and we'll be back in a few minutes right after these messages.
What state am I? I have 3 distinct landscapes. I'm the home of Kitty Hawk, where the Wright brothers launched the age of aviation. My nickname is the Tar Heel State, or the Old North State. Do you know who I am? If you guessed North Carolina, you're right. I received statehood in 1789.
This United States factoid has been brought to you by New Hanover County Schools on the Learning Network of the Cape Fear.
Joined by Johnny Braun. He's the artistic director of Best Foot Forward for this year. Johnny, tell us what we need to know.
Here we are again.
Tickets, where are we going?
Here we are again. Best Foot Forward 2015 will be on March 13th at 7:30 p.m.
Friday night as always.
Right on the campus of New Hanover High School in Brogdon Hall, and we're all praying for cool weather.
True, true.
Tickets are $10 a piece. Everyone that goes through the door must buy a ticket. We do that because tickets are hard to come by. And so we need to make sure that we account for every seat that's in Brogdon Hall so we don't violate any codes.
Oh, gotcha.
So $10 a piece. Some great acts involved this year.
Is there a theme for this year?
There is not a theme.
Oh,
it's very difficult to come up with a theme for Best Foot Forward, and it's restricting enough for some of the teachers. So we just open it up, and they are so creative and do such a good job in coming up with themes that are pertinent to today.
Gotcha, gotcha. Now, have you gone to see the acts and that kind of thing?
I have. We just finished last week looking at all the acts, and the teachers are right on mark.
Good.
The acts are looking good. We've set the order of the program now, and so now all the teachers need to do is finish their acts up and iron out all the problems and details and get their costumes ready. Kids are excited, teachers are excited, we're ready for the show.
So now all the high schools perform every year, but you kind of rotate with the elementary schools, is that correct?
Yes, the high schools are kind of like the cream of the crop, and so we ask the high schools to be represented every year. Doesn't always have to be chorus. For instance, this year Ashley High School has got an orchestra act, strings,
nice.
and it's great. Middle schools, I think we ask them to be in it every other year.
Okay.
And elementary schools are on a 3-year rotation basis.
Very good. So conceivably they could be in an elementary school, middle, and high school.
Oh yes, I was thinking on the way over here, some of our students that were in the original Best Foot Forward are now in their mid-40s, and when I see them sometimes they'll tell me that they were in it 3 times, elementary, middle school, and high school.
That's funny. What else do you think we should know about the show this year?
Well, I think it's important that people not wait to purchase tickets because what happens so often is people wait, they procrastinate, and then they go to purchase tickets and then we're sold out and they can't get in, and it'd be a shame for them to not be able to see their kids on stage in such a wonderful experience. So my suggestion is to go ahead and purchase tickets.
And how do we get tickets?
You can purchase tickets through our public relations department at Carolina, on our Carolina Beach location, or probably the easiest will be to buy them through the individual schools.
Oh, okay.
That probably would be the easiest, but I would not wait until the day of because they probably will be sold out.
It's been sold out almost every year, hasn't it, that I can recall?
Yes, and we have to be very careful that we don't oversell, because then what happens is the fire marshal cuts it off and then some people who have tickets don't get in. So I would go ahead and purchase a ticket and be ready.
Okay. What other details? I know that we should get there early for parking because it is Brogdon Hall and you've got to park nearby.
Yes, and I think it's important for people to know that it's very safe to come to that program there. We have plenty of police protection, not that we need it, but sometimes people are hesitant, but there's no problems there, and parking, we have plenty of parking there, so we certainly encourage people to come out and support their schools. Very good,
very good. You looked like you were going to tell me something else.
Well,
can you share some information on the acts, what we might see?
Well, the thing that impresses me so much this year is the teachers seem to move with the time, and so songs that come out, Happy, the song that everybody's singing, is in the show. Adele, Lainey is doing some of songs from Adele.
Fun.
And so I think it's really interesting that teachers move along with the time. They don't do old stuff. We've even got a tribute to Queen. New Hanover High School's doing a tribute to Queen.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
So I think it's great, and I'm excited about the act from Ashley High School involving string students.
I love strings.
So yes, it's great. New Hanover High School will be providing some pre-show entertainment. So I think it's a great show. I appreciate all the hard work. And you know, the New Hanover County Schools does such a good job in promoting arts education or promoting its curriculum through Best Foot Forward. And so it takes bus drivers, it takes custodians, it takes teachers, it takes administrators, it takes the entire system to put this show on. And that's so impressive to see from top to bottom, people working to make this show a success.
Very good. So the date again is Friday, March 13th, 7:30, Brogdon Hall. Get tickets early.
Yes.
Either through the PR department or your individual school.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for stopping by and giving us all the details. We'll be back in a few minutes right after these messages.
In 1977 in Johannesburg, South Africa, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. By the age of 9, he was already outplaying him. The odds of this gentle lad winning the Junior World Golf Championships at the age of 14, 1 in 16 million. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the Open Championship once and the US Open Championship twice, 1 in 780 million. The odds of this professional golfer having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 150. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
Who was president? The years 1989 to 1993. As a Navy pilot, he won the Distinguished Flying Cross. During his administration, the Cold War ended. He sent troops to invade Iraq. If you guessed George Bush, you're right. He was the 41st President of the United States. This presidential pop quiz has been brought to you by New Hanover County Schools on the Learning Network, Time Warner Cable Channel 5.
We hope you've enjoyed our program today. If you would like more information on enrolling in New Hanover County Schools, you can contact Student Support Services at 251-2929 or 254-4292. There's also information online at nhcs.net. Regional Science Olympiad will be held on Saturday, March 7th at UNCW. Call Dr. Dennis Kubasco at 962-3168 or email him at kubascod@uncw.edu. And be sure to mark your calendars. Best Foot Forward 2015 is Friday, March 13th in Brogdon Hall at New Hanover High School. Tickets are on sale now at participating schools, or you can buy them online off the school system's website at nhcs.net. Now, if you ever have any questions about the topics discussed here on our show today, please call the school system's public relations office at 254-4180. I'm Shelia Evans, and thanks for joining me today.